Again, AI for project management. And what we are is Karen and I are experts. We're part of a community of experts on AI skills development. What we do is we help business owners and individuals, of course, get familiar with using AI and use AI, leverage AI to ramp up their productivity, both in business and in personal life. It's a large group of us. You can see there's a whole bunch of us on there. I think Karen's in my picture, might be somewhere there, or maybe not. And as you already know, AI is here. It is not coming someday in the future. It's here already. You will see that there's a quote here from Andrew Wilkinson. He's a Canadian entrepreneur, billionaire, serial entrepreneur. And he's recently, well, this was a couple of months ago, was hiring an AI first director of finance. And basically, he says, you aren't just using Google to search, well, maybe Gemini. You can do the work of 10 people by leveraging AI. You've automated all your drudge work. You wouldn't even hire a lawyer unless you absolutely had to, as in AI couldn't answer your questions. So basically, as we've already seen, AI is here and everything is going AI. If you've been watching the news, you already know this, of course. It's becoming a prerequisite. Shopify, Fiverr, Duolingo, and many, many other companies have put AI first at this point. When we first started talking about this, those were one of a very few handful of companies that basically came out and said, we are going to go AI first. Now, pretty much it feels like every other company is doing the same thing. And what we discovered is that instead of just talking about AI, it's much better for us to actually learn through doing with AI, right? So the way we like to work is we will do these mega prompts, large prompts, workflow prompts that have multiple steps, and we like to let you work through them. So what's happening right now is that we need AI workflow masters, and skilled prompt engineers was the previous step, where everybody was sharing prompts, but those were prompts that did just one step of whatever it was you were going to do, and it didn't, it couldn't achieve a whole lot. Then came the whole workflow idea, where you've got multi-stepped flows that take you through a whole process. It's not just the beginning. Yeah. And the value of expertise also, initially it used to be that it was as recent as 2 years ago. We would go out and hire external experts. Then we started bringing that in house. We started getting our own internal experts to do things. And now we're at that stage of being human plus AI. So if you're an expert at something, you're going to be even better with AI as your helper. And at some point soon, it's going to be completely commoditized. You will basically be able to point a VA to the AI and say, okay, go do my job, or most of my job, or a good chunk of my job. So the question we have to ask is really, how can AI help me to do my work faster and easier? And when you do that, the first question that comes to mind, obviously, is going to be, okay, what is it that I can do that AI can help me do even better, even faster? And so for that, let's break down all of the role tasks and deliverables. Can you guys see the screen? Is the font big enough for you to read? Because it's pretty small on my screen. But as you can see, this is the 8x8 productivity matrix for a project manager, not product manager. And, it's got all the standard deliverables. So there's project planning, team coordination, risk management, and all the rest. If you're doing project management already, none of this is new to you. It's just I wanted a quick way to break this down and say, okay, these are all the different things we're going to be doing in our role as project manager. I can't unfortunately make it bigger. Sorry, Chris. Um, okay, and I can't Karen says she's here, but I can't unfortunately invite her to the backstage, which is rather annoying. And okay, so these are the, like I said, these are the various bits and pieces of our deliverables that we're going to need. And what we're going to do right now, if I can find my thing, is just use the productivity matrix. I'm going to drop that. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to drop that in the chat. Anyone with the link can access this, so we should just be able to. If you look in the chat, folks, I've just added this. I'm going to pin it to the top. So this is a super simple. Hey, Karen's there. Awesome. Can I see you, Karen? Can you see me? Yay, she's here. Okay, so this is a sample prompt that basically does the 9x9 productivity matrix for the role. It's doing nothing more, it's just describing what you do. Okay, the link is not loading. Does it give you an error? All right, there's Karen. Look at that. I see her. And I hear her. Yes. Okay, the link is not loading for Ron. Anybody else have trouble clicking that link? Now, I don't have the option to share screen. Yes, I do. What tab am I sharing? I'm going to share a different window. Let's share the entire screen. Okay, this is hilarious because now it tells me if I want to share the screen, I have to actually exit and come back, which is not what I want to do. Okay. Karen, can you take over the screen for now and talk? I need to figure out how to get the link for doc works for everyone. Yeah, it's a Google Doc. Oh, okay, it was a firewall issue. Thank you. Karen, are you around?
Something's not working very well here for me still.
I can hear you.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Perfect.
So I'm going to take the presentation off so that you can then share it again and then, go from there.
I think there's a problem though, Maya, with my audio here. Hang on.
No, your audio is fine. We hear you beautifully.
Okay, let's try that.
Okay, just remember to bring on screen again for that presentation. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Does that
Yeah.
work?
Yeah, that
And can you
works.
hear me all right?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. All right. So,
And
how's
drop.
everybody getting on with that document? With that, have you been able to open the document and try it out? Have you, Maya? Have you? Sorry, I just literally jumped in. Did you manage to show them how to do that on Chat GPT
No, I
or not?
did not,
Okay.
because it wouldn't let me switch to that tab there. So
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Right. Let's just see
So
if I can. If I share my screen. Uh, Sorry about this, guys. This new technology is thwarting us a little bit. Can you see my screen?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
No, no, no. We're still seeing the presentation.
Okay. Hang on a minute. If I go into, can you see my screen?
Nope.
You can't see me at Chat GPT.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Okay, I'm just adding your screen to the screen. Yeah. All
So
right. Now your Chat GPT is front and center. Go ahead and talk.
lovely. Okay, so I just wanted to show everybody that basically, literally copy and paste everything in that document, just as I've done here in this window. Literally copy and paste it word for word, and then press enter. It doesn't
No,
have.
don't press enter. Don't press enter. Right at the top, you need to put in your role and
Oh yes, of course. Sorry.
company size and industry.
Okay, so we're a project manager. Let's say I'm working for um, a company with 100 people in it, and it's in the oops.
You will all want to put in your own job description, because I've noticed if, for example, I say I'm a delivery manager, which is kind of like a project manager but not 100%,
Mm-hmm.
I get a very different matrix, because my priorities are different. I need to do deployments. I need to have a QA team, live on standby in the middle of the night. That
Yeah.
sort of thing is not needed for a regular PM.
Okay. So I filled out this. I've added in the role of project manager, or I could put project delivery manager. Shall I put project delivery manager in there
Sure, sure.
to change that in a company size of about 100 people, financial services, and then literally everything else is copied verbatim from what's in the document.
Yeah.
And then press enter. Now you can use Chat GPT, or you could use any of the other AI models, and it will come up with something very similar. And as you can see, just from that information, it's automatically pulling up a matrix like the one that Maya showed you, specifically for my role. And we'd like you to do this for your role and your industry and your company. You can see it's got across the top the different verticals of the responsibilities I have as a project delivery manager, and then
The actual tasks under that.
yeah, the deliverables.
Yeah.
And these are all deliverables that AI can help you with.
And just for anyone else who's having difficulty not hearing us or difficulty hearing us, this system works on Chrome. Apparently, it doesn't even like the Chromium browsers. So please be sure you're using Chrome, not Brave, not Edge, not Safari.
Although that said, Maya, I was trying to get in on Chrome and it was not working. So now I'm using edge, and it's
Oh,
working.
really? Oh, wow. Okay.
So I don't know. It's
So, yeah.
maybe not
Oh,
as
okay.
robust as we'd hoped.
Refreshing.
Anyway, so
Andrew has a point. Maybe refreshing your screen will help. Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay.
how's everybody getting on here?
Have you tried putting in the prompt, folks? And are you getting your 8 by 8 or 9 by 9 deliverables list?
Right. So let me go back. I forgot I'm sharing my screen, aren't I? So the intention really is for you to create a project for your role, whether it be project manager, whether it be um, another role within your project team. Um, Fill in those few bits of information that were blank in that prompt, and then literally copy and paste it all into the AI model, and you'll get a summary of your role. It should be pretty close. Can you just pop in the chat? So I'm going to just stop sharing my screen for the moment, otherwise you've got this endless loop. Yes, done. Brilliant. Okay, so there's a number of you that have managed to do it. How has it worked for you? Yeah, nice little prompt pull there. Is it pretty accurate or not?
And I'm going to say if it's not quite accurate, I think it should be at least 80% of the way there. You can always tweak it and say, okay, can you add this deliverable or can you change that?
Yeah. So is it? So yes. So it's worked for you. Is it fairly accurate?
Oh,
It looks different. Okay, it might
yep.
look a little different in a different browser,
Yeah.
but the content should be fairly appropriate and relevant for your role. If your role is not a project manager, then you need to ensure you change the job title throughout the rest of the prompt. Yeah.
No, you don't, because the rest of the prompt is using a sample.
Let me
It
just.
will actually fill it out, even if you say, I'm a truck driver and I do long distance hauling.
Yes, that's right. No, yes, that's right. Because the
Oh,
prompt
wow, that's
is
pretty good. Did you read what Suraj is saying? He's got it through
excellent.
an entire network upgrade project and
That's
generate the
right.
executive summary.
And this
So,
prompt will work not just for project managers. I mean, any role within an organization, you could do the same thing.
yeah, it's just that today we're focusing on
It
the
could
project
be the
manager.
CEO, it could be the accountant, it could be the operations manager.
Yeah, Suraj uses both GPT and Gemini, ChatGPT and Gemini. Yay, good.
Excellent. Should we go back to the presentation?
All right.
Is it on the screen?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So, what we've done is just demonstrating a little bit to you that AI knows your role. It knows everybody's role. It has an infinite amount of but a huge amount of knowledge, and it knows what it can help you with, and that's what that deliverable matrix actually is. The items in there are all deliverables within your role that AI can support you and help you with. And based on that, it would be interesting to know what percentage would you say right now of all those kind of deliverables that you're responsible for, you're actually using AI in any way, shape, or form to support you.
I think as a project manager, I would be using it quite a bit myself, um, but mostly for one off tasks, as in, create a summary for this,
Yeah.
create a, you know, task sheet for that.
Yeah. 70%. Oh, fantastic.
That is great.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's great. So 70% of those tasks you're getting support in from AI. That's very, very good. For males.
Of course,
Okay.
for email, everybody uses it. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, shall we
Yep.
move on? And planning. Fantastic. Well, there's so many different ways in which you can use it. And as I said, each of those items that are on that matrix for you, actually AI can help you with.
And more. Yep.
Yeah, and more. Okay. So moving on then. We just thought we'd give you a little bit of an outline for AI prompting framework. For those of you that don't use AI maybe as extensively as Suraj, it's really important to make sure that when you're asking AI to generate or do anything for you, that it has all the right information. And we like to follow a framework of a what, who, why, and how. To make sure that we have all that information in our prompt so that it has a very clear understanding of what it is we're asking of it and can deliver the best result for us. And this is the case in whatever request that you're making of AI. Make sure that it has the best information to quite a level of detail. So this prompting framework incorporates what, who, and why, and how. So focusing on what role do you want AI to take on board, what tasks you want it to deliver, who you're delivering it for, what is the purpose, the objective of your request, the context, the background, all of that information which comprises of the what, who, and why is very, very important for AI to be able to deliver the best result for you. And the reason for that is that it's got such a huge bank of knowledge. It doesn't know what to call upon until you really point out specifically what you want from it. Then it can basically organize itself so that it can deliver the best output. If it doesn't know who you're delivering, what the audience is, then it could get it wrong and basically not deliver an output. Let's say you're trying to write an email to your stakeholders. Yeah. If you just asked it to respond to an email without necessarily making it quite clear that it's for your stakeholders, then it could miss the point really of what you're trying to achieve. If you're asking it to write an email, but don't give it an instruction to be a copywriter, for example, an expert copywriter with enough information around the background, its response will be very limited compared to if you did, because it has so much knowledge. It doesn't know what level of expertise you're asking for from it. And in order for it to deliver a result, it'll give you the average of everything that's in its knowledge bank. But if you're asking instead of for just saying, can you play the role of a copywriter? But you ask for a copywriter with 10 years experience, specifically focused in this industry, blah, 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 you're actually telling it really what resources it needs to pull on, and it will give you a much better response. That's why it's important to make sure that you incorporate these different elements in the prompt structure. And, this is why we put this framework together. And the other part is how you want it to respond. For example, if you are asking it to write an email, what do you want it to do? What don't you want it to do? Do you want it to include emojis? Don't you want it to include emojis? How long or short do you want that? What kind of tone of voice do you want it to use? What kind of format do you want it to create its document in? Is it a tabular format? Is it a marked up format, what is it that you're actually wanting it to produce? The how is really important, the criteria around what you want it to do and don't want it to do. Then you have the best chance of getting the best output from AI. And also reducing the chance of it hallucinating and coming up with something completely random, because it's making a lot of assumptions around what it is you're asking for, because you haven't given enough information for it to really nail it on the head for you. Having said that, you still need to refine and reiterate, but because it works so quickly, in a blink of an eye it gives you a response, it's still far quicker to refine and reiterate, improve the quality of the response, or just communicate with the AI tool and explain to it where it's off the mark, and it will improve the response for you. And ultimately, just ask AI what you're looking for, but make sure that you have enough information for it to give you the best result. Just as if you had a new assistant joining you, that new assistant has no knowledge, and once it gets a lot of the understanding, experience of your project, of your business, of your objectives, of the team, then once it has that knowledge, that new assistant can be so much more productive and deliver far better quality. And AI is the same. So yeah, just to master prompting, we thought it's important to mention that you need to be specific, very specific, and the more specific you are, the better response you'll get. If you're not sure about anything, AI has such a bank of knowledge. Ask it. If you're not sure how to do something, ask it. But make sure that when you're asking, you are covering that prompt framework of the what, who, why, and how, and then you will again get the best response. And yeah, be patient. It's amazing, but it can get things wrong, or it can, misinterpret what you're trying to say, or maybe you've left something out that actually it would make all the difference in its response. So
I'm also going to add, even if you give it the who, what, why, and how, there's still a chance of hallucinations. Like I was doing what everybody has probably tried to do, scrape the web to get a list of, potential people I could email. Holy crap, it invented people's LinkedIn addresses, it invented email addresses. It didn't necessarily invent companies, but it actually picked up companies that no longer existed. So, as we'll always say, please, please, please double check the results that you get. I'm sorry, I accidentally muted Karen instead of muting myself.
Yeah, so there you have it. It can be a huge time saver, and you can get far better results because of its bank of knowledge. But you do need to make sure that you're asking the right questions and providing it with enough level of detail for it to move forward from there. So,
Yeah.
in terms of AI proficiency, we've touched on, and we all know AI is here, how important it is now in across the board. In any business, it makes sense for that business from a commercial perspective to utilize AI, to use resources that have AI proficiency. And AI is going way beyond just simple discrete requests to respond to an email, or to to write a piece of content. Those simple discrete tasks, asking it a simple question to deliver a response, are now kind of very commonplace. And for us to be at the cutting edge, as it were, or closer to it, we need to be starting to work in a flow, and that's a workflow. And when you talk to AI, instead of asking it to do one single task and come back to you, to actually work on a workflow, on a process. And AI proficiency levels. Level 1 is those simple discrete tasks. Level 2 is the functional workflow. Level 3 crosses different functional systems, processes and systems. And so we're going to demonstrate to you the next prompt, I think. Where's that? Oh, is it coming up? Because, you plus utilizing AI is really where you want to be. You want to be working with AI to improve your productivity, your performance, and ultimately your value.
Yeah, don't abdicate your job, right? If you're being paid to be a project manager, you can't just assume that AI is going to do it all for you. You've still got to hold its hand and walk it through the right steps and double
I mean,
check its results.
exactly. And as it stands right now, AI is not your competition. Your competition is not AI. Your competition is other people who know how to use AI
Yeah.
effectively and be proficient with it. So don't be scared about AI. It's there. It's your assistant. It's there to help you. It's very much a support. It's a tool. Okay, but the people that know how to use that tool and get the most results out of it, and therefore are able to be more productive and perform at a higher level, will be the people that really get all the attention and get the opportunities. And that's where companies, organizations are going to be looking
Yeah.
to people who have that proficiency level.
And you're aware that people are now being asked at interviews to demonstrate how they use AI. So, you need to know how to use it as a tool.
Yeah. So to retain your value in the marketplace, you need to be starting to up your level of productivity and proficiency utilizing AI effectively. And therefore, become an expert in using AI workflows, not just the discrete tasks, but using it across the board. So those deliverables that you have in your productivity matrix, like this, each of those deliverables are individual processes. Yeah, they're not just a single task. It's not just for example, this first one in the top left-hand corner, which probably relates to most of you, is a work breakdown structure. So that work breakdown structure comprises of a number of different processes, a number of different tasks, not just a single process. It requires a lot of different information being pulled together. And what we're doing is looking at AI to help you with that process, with that workflow, not just with the discrete components of each of those tasks. And that's what we want to show you in the next prompt that we're going to share with you. This prompt is for that work breakdown structure, and it's a lot more extensive, obviously, than the prompt that we showed you earlier, and from a very basic, simple prompt. But we want to give you an idea of how this works and how much time you potentially could save with that whole process flow. Now,
I just dropped the new prompt in the chat.
excellent. Maya, do you want to take over the screen and demo that prompt?
I can, if I can figure out how to do a screen share.
If I go to
No, it won't let me, Karen,
it won't let
unfortunately.
you. Okay.
No.
Right.
I'd have to end the call, and that
All right.
is
Hang
not
on.
what I
Hang on.
want to do.
All right. Hang on. All right. Let me just screen share my entire screen. Can you see my entire screen?
Yeah.
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 Lovely. Okay. Right. I'm just going to go into that Word document that Maya's just given you. I'm going to literally copy and paste after the right. So I'm going to copy this whole prompt. You can see it's a long prompt. Okay. And it's a workflow prompt. So I'm going to literally Control C that prompt. I'm going to go back into ChatGPT You can use ChatGPT or any of the others. And directly after that productivity matrix, I'm going to literally, in the box where it says ask anything, I'm going to copy that whole prompt. Now this time I don't have to add anything extra into it. Okay, I am just going to literally copy that prompt and press enter. And now we've given it a step-by-step breakdown of everything that we want it to do to create the work breakdown structure.
And go ahead and use your own details.
Yes. So now what we're looking for you to do is doing exactly what I just did. Copy and paste that entire document, not the document, sorry, the actual
The text inside.
text in the document, and put it straight into your AI model. And then it'll come up with
It'll ask you questions.
Yeah. So it's basically saying here, to build a solid work breakdown structure, we first need a clear understanding of what your project is all about, the objectives, what's included, what's excluded in scope, and then we can get started. So it's asking for some information. So now we just need to literally have a conversation with it, follow the conversation, answer the questions, and it will take you through the whole process far quicker than you would be doing it yourself. So you answer these questions, you interact with it for your project so that it can give you some value here, and you can demonstrate how quickly it can do a task that potentially in many cases is taking you days, weeks to complete.
Well, at the very least, even for a small organization, it'll take you hours.
Yeah. So here, if we say, okay, so I'm going to just go through and make some stuff up here. Please provide the following: a brief project description. What is the project about? So, okay, I'm creating, no, we are, we're creating a chatbot for my bank to help with customer service. To known objectives, deliverables, success criteria. Success is a live functioning application that services our customers and saves staff time whilst maintaining or improving customer satisfaction. What does the project need to deliver or achieve? We need to be able to respond to all FAQs, and redirect to humans if we cannot handle a question.
Very frustrating that I put myself on mute and then I'm talking away and nobody can hear me.
Nope, can't. Can only hear you now. Constraints and limitations, right? Deadlines. I'm going to say no budget restrictions, but need
it live within 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever.
live is app is 21 days.
Oh, you're even tighter than me. Okay. Go.
As we work in finance, we have compliance needs Okay. I'm just going to leave it there.
Okay.
Okay, so now it's taken that on board. So it's drafted a project objective and scope for me.
And folks, you don't need to be doing the same kind of thing Karen is. You can do this for literally anything. I ran a scenario with me being a museum director and putting on a new exhibition for the museum. So yeah, make it
Yep,
your
so you
own.
can see it's from that information, it's pulled a pretty nice little starter for the project objective and scope. So it's now asking me, do I feel confident the objective and scope fully capture the essence of this project? From what I've said, it seems to do it. In depth.
Yeah, it's pretty much on
Yeah,
point.
so I'm going to say yes. So I didn't have to draft that, but now it's got some background information and it's moving on. Okay, identifying the major deliverables. Right, so now I need to provide more information. These deliverables will form level 1 entries in my work breakdown structure. So I need to provide any major deliverables I already have in mind, the design, testing, deployment. So this is, if we have already got some outline of what we're looking for, the more information, as I said before, the more information you can provide the AI tool, the better. Otherwise, it's going to make it all up for me. Yeah.
Yep.
So we have any key milestones, any dependencies. I'm just going to say it can draft a first pass for me and then we can review it later. Would you like me to try some first? Yes, I just go for it. Whoops. Ignore
And
that.
yes, this is just to remind you that you can even do this on a completely free version of ChatGPT.
Yeah.
The only problem you might run into is that you run out of tokens for your free one and then you got to wait a few hours. But if that's the case, just go away and come back in 4 hours and do it again.
Yep.
Complete the rest of it.
You pay $20
Oh,
a
yeah,
month and
$20. Yeah. Yeah.
or be on a team version. Now, the important things to remember with AI, as you probably know, is security and privacy can be an issue. So don't put sensitive information in there unless you're behind a firewall and it is on an account that is private.
Well,
Um,
given that court ruling recently, anything you put specifically into ChatGPT, this ruling may apply to other AIs as well, but for ChatGPT, the court has said they have to keep everything available in case they get asked as part of a court case, which means even if you delete a chat, it will still be in their memory. Even if you're on Teams, it's in their memory. Oh no, I think if you're in an organization one, that's the only one that isn't subject to subpoenas, basically.
yeah. Or you have your own offline version.
Yeah, do a private server and use
Yeah.
VPS.
Yeah. So basically, you work through the whole process. I'm not going to go through, you just literally follow the process. If this is incorrect, I've asked it just to basically put this in for me. But there might be some other things that I want to add to this. And normally it's pretty spot on, but in my case, maybe I've got some other specific deliverables I want to add in here, and I can just say, please include also X, Y, and Z, and it will add that to me. And then then it'll move on to the next to put together some work packages. So the actual typing up of all of this, of creating all of this, of going through the thinking process, it's guiding you through the process, it's doing the work for you with minimal input, really. And frequently, for the larger projects, this will take days and weeks to pull together, but it can save on the smaller projects where it would maybe take a day or a handful of hours, you would actually do it in half an hour. So the
Yep.
time saving is enormous. Um, how's everyone
Here's
getting
you.
on there?
Everyone's quiet. I'm assuming that
Yeah.
means everybody is busy typing away, getting responses that make sense for them.
Let me just stop sharing for a moment. Right. How's everybody getting on? Let us know that you're able to work through it, that the prompt is working. Let us know how it's working. Are you finding it useful? Is there value in it? Can you see how?
Hopefully, there's massive value in it.
Yeah, hopefully there's
I used to spend hours on these damn work breakdown structures when I was a wage slave. It's always fun. We had, I was in charge of 4 projects or 5 at any given time. So, yes, this wasn't a one and done thing. I had to repeat it frequently.
so it works well, Suraj. Good. Excellent. So helpful.
Yes, more details. Yeah.
Exactly. That's right.
Could you clarify a little bit what you mean, Ron, when you say how to extract this information and put it to use? Oh, good. And you got a racy matrix out of it. Cool.
Fantastic. It's so useful, and can save you so much time when you know
Yep.
how to get the value out of it. So,
Be-
Ron, what do you mean by what are your thoughts on how best to extract this information and put it to use? Do you mean literally to copy and paste or create it into a document ultimately, or um,
yeah. What I've also found is
to Excel?
this
Okay.
is, oh, okay.
Okay.
Use it to
You,
create template.
you once you've created your ultimate document, the deliverable, you can ask it to create that deliverable in a
Yep.
format that you can export to Excel or
I
post.
usually just say, give me a downloadable CSV if I
Yeah,
want for Excel. Yeah.
yeah. So you literally communicate with it like an assistant. Say, okay, that looks great, love it. Can you now give that to me in this format? And it'll do that.
Efficiency recommendations.
Okay, all right. Yep. We've got some prompts that could probably help you there.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. Right. So are we ready to move on, do we think? I know you may not have gone through the whole prompt because it's quite an extensive prompt. And it's asking for a lot of information, but it's giving you an outline, an indication of how quickly you can work through stuff that potentially can take a lot longer, and how it guides you through the whole process.
And also, I'm going to say what I tend to do, I go off on tangents. So after I get the work breakdown structure, I can do kind of what Suraj said and, take off and say, okay, now give me the, roles and responsibilities matrix for this. Um, help me create the project outline for this. All of that, like every step by step, create deadlines, create milestones. All
Yeah,
of that, you can just keep talking to the AI and it'll help you flesh all of that
yeah,
out.
yeah, exactly. So, okay, I think we'll move on then, because hopefully you can see how much time that you could possibly save with using workflow prompts, not just this one that you've seen, but if you had a prompt for each of those deliverables, for example, um, would that make a difference to your world? How much time would you potentially save? How much time do you think it generally takes, out of interest, to create a work breakdown structure for the type of projects that you're working with? Just pop in the chat, let us know roughly kind of how much time maybe you could save by running through that prompt in the way that you'd started to do. Any thoughts? We'd love to know roughly how long would it take you to do a work breakdown structure, and using something like this tool, how much time would it save you? Mark, it take you a week. Fantastic. So using a prompt like this, where it would kind of guide you through that process and pull out all the information that you need, could you see a significant time saving there? Type a one in the chat if you feel that it would give you a significant time saving, and type 0 in the chat if you think not. If you think actually it's quicker to do it yourself. Thanks, Carla. RP, thank you. Okay. Depends on the complexity. Yes, definitely need to review and fine tune it. I think, as Maya said, you would always need to review whatever comes out of AI, make sure it is on point and, in the voice, in the way in which you want it to come out. That's good. Great. Okay. So quite a few ones there. So hopefully there is time savings to be seen.
Yeah.
Is
And
how
folks, go ahead and fill out that poll that asks how many hours, because I'm curious. So far, 3 people have said it saves more than 10 hours. And I think that's my instinct too, especially if you're juggling multiple projects. It's not a one and done, really. How widespread is search? What do you mean? Mark, I don't think I understood the question. Um, Basically, I think it'll give you. I'm answering the question as if you're saying how, like, how much does it know of various kinds of projects? I'm going to say a lot. Um, you know, it doesn't seem to have any limitations from what I can see on whether you're going to be doing a tech project, a government project, a local charity thing. I've tried all kinds of scenarios and I get good answers, solid answers.
Yeah, I mean, the productivity matrix showed that it knows what you're doing, it knows what you need to do, and how you need to do it. All those things in that matrix it can help you with. So if
Yeah,
it can
this
help you,
this is aligning with me. The poll now we've got 5 votes that say more than 10 hours. Yeah,
wow, that's great. So if you could save 10 hours, that's massive, isn't it?
I think
Um,
so.
yeah,
That's basically half a work week. If you've got a 20-hour work week, which by the way these days is apparently becoming rarer because with AI, managers are actually demanding more and more overtime, especially from tech company employees. Not
no,
sure if that's true in your business, but I'm seeing it around here in Toronto.
I think the point is, I think the demand is across the board,
Yeah,
because AI now is available, and people are becoming more proficient with it. That basically means that we're businesses are expecting more from pretty much every resource that's out there, and that's why it's kind of
yeah. Uh,
important now to be able to keep up, and then everyone is now using AI, so to be able to maintain that is huge.
yeah.
Okay.
Amir put a comment in and he says it may not save time during the planning phase as you would need to put in the same time as when you're not using on training this model because it won't give you the result initially. But in later phases, yes, once your processes have been optimized, you'll face less bottlenecks necks and delays. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
very much true.
Yep. Okay. So let's move on to, so yeah, okay, so there's a lot of time saving. Yeah, some people will
Will
say,
say, but
do
no,
say,
it can't replace my expertise. Well, we just showed you that, it can start from scratch. And all you need to do is say, what is my role? And it actually knows pretty much everything in your role, right? You might have to tweak it a little bit, but yes, it can actually replace your expertise
yeah,
and often can do it better because now you're talking, it's been trained on real experts in the industry. So unless you're in a very niche role where there isn't a lot of literature, you can pretty much bet that AI knows as much as you do.
yep, very much so. Um, and we said at the beginning, the future, as it stands at the moment, belongs to AI workflow masters, belongs to people who know how to use AI, who can get more out of AI than your average person of just asking it to respond to an email or, um, to generate some content. Um, those people that can use it to actually help you be far more productive by following, guiding, helping in creating deliverables of processes and workflows are those people that are going to really be commanding attention, and value in
Yeah.
the workplace.
And
That's
you're going to be more valuable, by the way, with scripts like this, because,
yes.
you can do in a fraction of the time what the person next to you is doing, even if they're in the same PMO.
Yes, because this increases your productivity, your performance levels, and therefore your value. The planning phase is very important. Sometimes AI can give you the insights into your project that you might miss out. Very, very wise, Suraj. You're right. It's, instead of thinking of it as a, a competition, or someone's going to take your job away, actually it's another pair of eyes almost, and a very, very
Yes.
experienced one that can really help you, um, regardless of your level of experience as a project manager or any other role,
Yeah.
you know in fact. um,
It actually helps you be better at your role
yeah,
because, like Suraj said, it's pointing out things you might have missed.
yeah, exactly. um, so yes, we are passionate about helping people become AI workflows. It's your PA and your assistant like it.
Yeah.
Very good. Okay. So, um, yeah, it is important to become AI proficient. That's we've mentioned that a number of times. There's a number of ways you can move forward with it. You could do nothing. Don't recommend that. The world is changing. It's changing around us all, whether we like it or we don't like it. It's here, and we need to jump on this AI train because it's moving, and it's moving very, very fast. So I suggest don't do nothing. There's a big message here around it is changing, so we need to change with it. Um, there's a lot of training out there in
Yeah.
terms of how to do it, how to make the change, and learn AI. Um, so you can learn all this stuff for yourself, or the other option is to have it done for you, and that's something we want to share with you.
Mhm.
Because Maya, you can talk about this because you're in North America more than I am. What does this
I
mean? Don't be a turkey.
Anyone who's been in North America for at least a year knows about Thanksgiving, right? So you've got these little turkeys. They grow up. They're fat, coddled, happy little babies. They get to wake up in the morning, go eat something, play with their friends, eat some more, sleep, wake up, repeat. So any day the rest of the year, you ask that turkey, what's life like? And he's like, it's brilliant. It's fantastic. I have no worries. I get fed. I've got a nice house. I've got friends to play with. But what do you think happens, about a week before Thanksgiving? It's not a very bad, and it's not a very good day at that point for any of the turkeys. So this is why we're saying right now, we're already seeing it. If you've been watching the headlines. Don't be a turkey. Don't let your job get outsourced. You want to be able to be that person who's showing that, with the help of AI, we can actually do better, faster, and, even and create better results.
Yep. So don't be the turkey that has a great life and then one day everything changes, because that day is coming.
It's
When you
here.
think about AI, it's here. Yeah. So as I said before, there's you have various options to do. Really, your options really are to learn this yourself or have it done for you. And we've got something for you that could actually save huge amounts of time.
Mhm.
And hopefully, from the prompts that you've worked with so far, you can see that we've, maybe doing things slightly differently from most, but huge time saver. Maya, do you want to explain what we've got here?
Yeah. So basically, you've got, well, what have we got? We've got your three verticals: done for you stuff from the Knowledge Academy, where we've got a whole bunch of deliverables and the KPIs. We've got 64 workflow prompts in each, except for that Knowledge Academy one, which is the PMBOK. We've got 80 workflows there. And with each of these, you're going to increase, your market value using those KPIs, because you can keep on top of every key performance index. You're going to be producing your results faster, so you're 10xing your performance. I mean, you literally just saw that. Several people said this has saved 10 hours of time from one prompt that you could work through in probably less than half an hour. And again, same thing with the PMBOK. Your productivity all round increases, because the PMBOK, if anyone's written that PMP exam, it covers end to end everything it wants you to know about project management. Well, this is a whole bunch of prompts that literally covers every aspect of things that are in those 8 sections of the PMBOK.
Yeah. So
So
we've got over 200 AI workflow prompts for you. And if you found value just in that one prompt, the work breakdown structure, then we have over 200 of those workflow prompts. They're not just simple prompts, they're
yeah.
process prompts to help you specifically
Mhm.
in a project management scenario. Um,
And it's everything from, stakeholder management to, you know, even deciding what you're going to outsource, whether you're going to outsource it, whether you're going to build it in house, everything, all of that's taken care of.
so let's show you here. So the those 3 sections, we've got the Knowledge Academy, which is based on PMBOK. We've got deliverables and KPIs. And in each of those sections, there's a massive number of
Of
workflow
prompts.
prompts for
And
you.
and what we're talking about, by the way, is a giant bundle of prompts for these project management workflows.
Yeah.
Like
And
like I said, 208 of them.
I'll, I'll show you in a minute. I'll show you a few of how they look, what we're actually offering here. So the Knowledge Academy covers all these different areas. The PMBOK covers all these areas, and we've got workflow prompts for all of them as well. Um, and in each of these sections, I think there's 8 in
8
each section,
prompts,
isn't there? There's
8
8
prompts in each.
prompts relating to project integration management, 8 prompts relating to scope management, 8 prompts relating to schedule management, and so on. And that's just one of the areas.
Right. So there's 80 in that first one from the Knowledge Academy,
Yep.
and each of these is 8 more per section. So that's 64 more for each of these.
So focusing on deliverables, focusing on KPIs, performance, efficiency, all of that is incorporated in here. And what I'd like to do, I'll show you in a minute. So you can see pretty much everything that you do in project management, regardless of what kind of project you're managing, um, can be done faster and easier much faster, much easier, can save you massive amounts of time by running prompts that guide you through the process in all these different areas. So that's our an opportunity for you. That's what we would like to share with you today, because you can save time and increase your value significantly. And that's the value for you, because just saving on one prompt, if you're saving 10 hours, imagine how many hours you can save with over 200 of them.
Yeah.
Right, so let me just jump into for a minute. I just like to show you it. If I share my screen, my entire screen, oh, hang on, I show window. Nope. Yep, I'll show you this window. Okay, can you see my screen?
Hang on, I need to bring it to screen again. Now I can.
You see the project management?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right, so we have put together this huge bundle of project management prompts. And let's take, for example, this Knowledge Academy. And we're launching this next week. So because we've literally just put it together, we've been working on it, and it's literally just put together. So we'd like to offer this to you at a pre-launch offer today. So you can see in each of these areas, we have got, for example, project integration management. There's project integration management. There's project. Sorry, this is in the back end of the
This is what you
product.
would see if you buy it and you look inside. These
Yeah,
are all your lessons. These are your modules, not lessons.
yeah. So you'll
Modules.
see here that this project integration management has all these different flows. Yeah. So lessons learned from project integration management, project close, checklist, change control log, realization analysis, integration review meetings, scope management, scope baseline validation procedures, creep tracking, prioritization, change requests, schedule management, again, that work breakdown structure, critical path analysis, milestones, agile iteration plans, project cost management. This is,
Lots and
quality
lots.
management, resource management, communication management, risk management, procurement management, and stakeholder management. That covers the whole of the PMBOK
Yeah.
pack, but that's not all. So we've bundled all these products together. So you've got KPI prompts here as well. And in these KPI prompts, you've got on-time delivery. We look at reducing project delays, optimizing schedule management, increasing team alignment, clarifying project milestones, improve resource scheduling, and the list goes on. Budget adherence, decrease budget overruns, monitor spend in real time, manage scope changes effectively, reallocate funds, prevent unnecessary overtime spending, stakeholder satisfaction, address communication gaps, increase response times. It keeps going on. Risk mitigation. So these are all about, improving and managing your KPIs as a project manager. So team productivity, resource utilization, quality assurance, knowledge retention. And then again, that's not all. You've got one more pack the same size focused on deliverables. And this looks at project planning. So this is about creating your project charter, your work breakdown structure. You've seen that prompt. So if you click on there, we've shared that with you, which you can go away and use it for free. But this is what it looks like on the inside. You'll see, you'll have this. So basically, it says what it is, copy and paste the entire text below the line into your AI LLM. And that's exactly what we've done. We had this prompt and we literally copied and pasted the entire thing, put it into our ChatGPT or Gemini or Claude, whichever it was, and away you go. Now you get that, you've got that prompt already, But if we go back, you can see, like on all the other things, let's say risk management, create risk mitigation strategies. If you click on that, and this is the same for all of them. Sorry, my system's a little slow at the moment, but you've got a whole prompt again, exactly the same, copy and paste. It'll take you through each of the process steps that you need to take. It will guide you through the process, ask you the questions, and you'll get the deliverable at the end. And yet, as with any AIs, this is not a final deliverable. You would want to probably tweak it and make some changes there, but look at all these deliverables that this is going to help you with, and how many hours potentially each of these individual deliverables can offer you in terms of.
And don't forget, I mean, you're buying it, but you can use it for your whole organization. So if you've got a PMO, you can share it with the other PMs on there.
Yeah, share the prompts that are relevant to them so they can all raise their proficiency and productivity and performance levels, and that ultimately means that your project will deliver in the best way it possibly can. So here you have, so the deliverables are not just planning, team coordination, but risk management, stakeholder management, project execution, change management, performance tracking, and knowledge sharing. And those are the 3 packs that we have for you. Right, let me go back to the screen. Can you see the presentation now? Is it back on the screen, Maya?
Give me 1 second and it will be. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the breadth of this bundle that we have for you. They're not simple prompts, they are workflow prompts. They are probably activities that will take you a good chunk of time, and they will save you a huge amount of time. Yeah, so let's just say you were saving yourself 1 hour with a single prompt, and we've already demonstrated the chances are just with that workflow prompt you would have saved yourself. People are saying 10 hours, but let's say it was 2 hours, yeah? And your time is worth more than $10 an hour, but let's say it was $10 an hour and you had 5 of those prompts. That would save you obviously more than $50, but $50 of your time, but 5 hours and probably more.
Mm-hmm.
Alexander, we should have a recording up, yes. Right.
It'll be
So,
sent out within a couple of hours after the event.
yeah.
You'll get it in your email.
Yeah. So, so we've got over 200 of those AI workflow prompts specifically crafted for your project management success. I showed you what's behind the scenes there, and you can see the extent of the prompts and the breadth of the prompts. And they will save you time. They will increase your value. You will get a huge amount of value out of it. Not just in time and value, but also in kudos, really.
Yep.
But, it's a real value to your career, your level of proficiency. Now, we are going to be launching this next week, and that full bundle, we're going to be launching at a launch price of $497, but the actual ultimate sale price is going to be $999. Now, that's for 200 plus workflow prompts where each would save you a good couple of hours at least, and probably,
At
like
least.
I said earlier, 10 hours.
And
For
if
one,
that's if you're only working on one project at a time. If you're a
yeah,
PM who's handling multiple projects, which most of us are, well, the value becomes better.
yeah, the value is huge. And right now on this webinar, we'd like to offer you a special pre-launch offer of $247. We've been working on this prompt pack for a little while, and we've literally just got it fully completed. And so we thought, okay, we've got this webinar, we'll put out the pre-launch offer for you, but the price is going to go up next week. So if it's something that you can see value in, you can appreciate that for just over $1 per prompt, because there's $247 and there's 200 and how many is it? 208, Maya, 200
208. Yeah.
prompts. Then if you feel that you can save yourself a couple of hours, 10
Hours a
hours, which
week.
a week of time,
Yeah.
you could be, in theory, you're freeing up your time to do all those other value added things about, working with your team on a more personal basis. The human interaction that is very important in your role as well. This takes away a lot of the stuff that can be done easily. This is the done for you bit to help you increase your productivity, performance, and value. And basically, this is the offer. 208 prompts, $247. It's our pre-launch special. The price is going up, and I think it's fair that, it's a very fair price. You get the Knowledge Academy, which is the PM book. You get the PM deliverables, you get the KPIs, and you get a huge amount of support and guidance from AI. That's what we have with you. What? Any thoughts? Anything you want to add there, Maya?
I am just going to say again, that this is a one-time bundle that will serve you well for years to come, and not just you, but whoever else is at your company that needs to be doing project management. And heck, you could, also take it to the next company you work for.
Yeah.
Just saying. Okay, anyway,
Yeah.
here I'm dropping that link in the chat.
Maya, you haven't got the link.
Have I not got the link? Okay.
No, the link is on the screen. You should be using the link that's on the
Oh, that
screen.
one. Okay.
If you think about it, we've said right at the beginning, and I think it's really important that everyone jumps onto this AI train, and that, employers, companies, businesses are really valuing proficiency and AI skills now. They're looking for it, and if you don't have it, basically, then your CV, your resume is going to not be on the pile of people that they really want to keep on board or look at.
Yeah.
So it is so important to build those skills up, whether you build it up through, trawling through videos and learning more about AI. We really encourage you to, build your AI's proficiency. What we've got here for you is a real shortcut to help you. And hopefully give you value, raise your value, increase your productivity, your performance, and give you that ability to be the person that is AI proficient, and has the workflow prompts in your back pocket, so that you and AI together are a formidable force,
Yeah.
one that will be very hard to compare with.
And does anyone have any questions about what's in here in this bundle? What you can do with it? Any questions? Oh, great. Thanks,
Does
Ron.
it sound interesting?
I hope it sounds interesting. I would have killed for a bundle like this way back when
Right,
I was
someone
in the
just asked.
trenches. Is there a question?
Right. Okay. So this will be recorded, and
And you'll
you'll
get
get
it
the
in.
recording.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Any questions? Has this been a useful session for you? What is your biggest takeaway? Is the search from public only? Not sure what you mean there, Mark. Is the search from public only?
I think it's related to the previous question he asked about, whether this is relevant across the board to multiple kinds of projects and stuff. And I'm going to say yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
But yes, it will mostly be from public because it will be whatever the AIs were trained on, right? We know that they trained on pretty much everything available on the World Wide Web, but we can't guarantee that, if there was, for example, inside AT&T, one little sub project that was doing one specific thing differently, that one may not be in there. But in general, yeah, it's got everything.
Having said that, actually, in addition to that, if you are using Copilot and you are within an enterprise edition of Copilot in an organization, they will have a lot of their knowledge bank, the internal knowledge bank, already in their
Yes.
document
So,
repository.
so if
And
something is in SharePoint, for example, that will be available within your company's Copilot.
yes, so therefore, yes, you could search internally. It could automatically understand and know a lot of the content that's already in the internal repository and be pulling that out for you, so that you don't need necessarily to to be answering every single one of those questions. It could
Mhm.
actually find a lot of the answers for you,
And
and then
actually,
you would
that's a
just
good point,
validate it.
Karen. When it's asking questions, you can literally say, here's the document I uploaded. Everything you need should be in there. Or
Yeah.
here's the URL to that document.
Yes, but if you're using Copilot and the internal repository of documentation has a lot of those answers for you, it is probably going to be able to pull that information directly from those documents and not need you to answer every single question. It will then just you would then kind of refine it and make sure that it has all the information it needs if there's any missing pieces of information, and then provide that.
Mhm.
Does that help you, Mark?
Anyone else got questions
Yes,
using our
using
prompt? Yeah.
yes, Mark, using those prompts. So I've in some training I've done with a company, using the prompts, using our workflow prompts, it has pulled automatically content from internal documentation,
Yeah.
and double checked on whether that is appropriate or not, whether it's right or not. Um, so it depends on how your information has been, and what information is available to it.
Yeah. And of course, I mean, if your repository is inside Copilot and then you try to use ChatGPT won't know
No,
that. You're going to
exactly,
have to use, whatever's within that same organization
exactly,
product.
exactly. But as you said, Maya, if you had a private server, then
Yeah. Then you can structure it however you want. Yeah.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Okay. Any other questions?
Anything we could do to improve. We're open to suggestions. And actually, if you buy the prompt pack, let us know your feedback. If there's anything in the prompts that needs enhancing, we're absolutely open to doing that.
Hmm.
I'm
Have a
tempted
look
to
at it.
say
Let
what my
me
friend Steve
if I
says.
go back, I'll just show you it again. Um, if I go back to the oops. If I go back to the prompt pack again, you can have another look and you can see what's in here. So Yeah, if you needed to, create a project allocation plan. We click on that. You've got the prompt all the way down here. Your project management, resource management experts asking for it to put its role in place, telling you what it needs to do, the various steps it needs to do that. And that's just one example of
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
whole host of prompts that are there for you. So if you feel that you could, you feel that
Benefit
AI
from
can
something
help
like
you.
that.
What's that, Maya?
If you feel you could benefit from using prompts like this,
Yeah,
grab
exactly.
the pack.
Exactly. I mean, this pack is for just over $1 for each of these individual prompts.
Right
It's
now it's $1. Next week it'll be $2, and probably next year it'll be $4. Even at
maybe more
$4, it's
next
still
year.
a steal.
Yeah, and even that's a steal, though. Really, if you
Yeah.
think about it, if you save just a handful of these prompts, if they're helpful,
Yeah.
it'd be huge.
But anyway, on that note, let us know if what could we do to make this kind of webinar more useful to you. I mean, obviously, we don't have time to work through 208 prompts on here.
But you've got the work breakdown prompt, that work breakdown structure you can use, in your own time. You didn't have enough time to go through it in this session, but certainly go away and, use it,
Yeah.
take it away and use it. But if you're interested in more, much more, then, yeah, we've got a huge pack for you.
And I know we've gone over time a little bit. We probably should
Yeah.
wrap up, Karen.
Okay.
Folks,
Any
assuming no
final
other
questions?
questions, going once, going twice, you guys will have to close your browser with a
Is
tab.
this helpful? Has this been helpful? Please just put a 1 in the chat if it's been a useful session for you. Put 0 if you've not found any value out of the session.
Well, if you're still here at the end of this session, I hope you're going to put a 1. Thanks, Suraj.
Useful, Suraj. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks.
no
And again,
worries.
you'll
Thank
get
you
the
very much,
replay.
Susan.
You already have the prompts. You'll get the replay soon. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And then if you are interested in that pack, jump on board soon, because we'll be upping the price very soon. That discount code
Next
won't
week.
be work after on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much,
Midnight
you
Eastern. Yeah.
guys.
Yeah. All right,
Okay,
guys. Thank you
we'll
for
wrap up
joining
now if
us.
there's no more questions, and maybe see you in another training. And if you've
Yeah.
got any questions, then do reach out. Have you put our links in there, Maya?
I did way at the beginning, but I'll do it one more time.
We'd love to catch up with you and hook up with you on LinkedIn. Thanks, Amir.
There we
There's our
go.
links. Excellent.
Grab those links, and we are going to end this broadcast. Remember, you will need to close the browser tab, because otherwise you just stay there and you see this thing is not live. Bye, guys.
Bye.